I am not a medical professional. I am not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not even a fitness coach or a fitness influencer. Anything that you hear on this channel is just me sharing my personal experience with you. That's it. If you need medical advice, I suggest you seek out a medical professional. These days, I don't really care for that empty conversation. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Precious McDowell, and on this channel, I am literally sharing my life. On today's video, we are going to be getting into GLP-1 medication, compounded semaglutide to be exact. Okay, so I had bariatric surgery 3 years ago, and I hit a plateau, a hard plateau, after I was about a year out from my surgery. So I decided to look into GLP-1 medications, and there's a little bit of some drama mixed up in there. So sit down, get you some water, and let's get into the things. And I will tell you the story of how we got to losing 30 pounds in 3.5 months. So really quickly, for those of you that don't know what semaglutide is, it is the active ingredient in name brand weight loss medications like Ozempic. We all know what Ozempic is, right? Right. If we don't, Google is your friend. Why I chose the compounded version. So basically, my insurance, as wonderful as it is, will not cover these injectable weight loss medications for my insurance if you are not diabetic. I am not diabetic, therefore they would not cover me. So after a lot of back and forth, I decided to just go through a compounding pharmacy that I had found online and get the medication, because without that compounding pharmacy, if I wanted the name brand, if I wanted Ozempic, it was going to cost me $1,200 per month. And as much as my weight loss journey is important to me, it was not $1,200 a month important. Okay, so let's get to the part of how I was even in the realm of weight loss medication. So like I mentioned, I had my weight loss surgery in February of 2022. Shortly afterwards, I sold my business and my family, we moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. That's great, that's fine and dandy. However, with the selling of our business, we incurred a lot of debt. I've talked about it in previous videos. I'm not going to get too much into it because I feel like it's irrelevant. I'm only mentioning it now to make the point that to pay off the debt, my husband and I were working 7 days a week, 12-hour days, if not longer, which meant all of my healthy habits kind of went out the window. My VSG surgery was amazing, phenomenal. I got great results. I was very proud of the 77 pounds that I had lost in the first year. However, I knew that I wanted to lose more weight, and I noticed that when the honeymoon phase was over, baby, it was over. It didn't come to like a slow stop. It came to a screeching halt. And I was like, hold up, wait a minute. 230 something pounds is not where I wanted to be. So I went to my primary care provider just for a routine checkup. And in that checkup, I mentioned to her that my weight loss was slowing down and I wanted to, continue to lose weight. So she suggested Ozempic, and she gave me a 1-month trial right there in her office. I freaking loved it. I had 0 side effects, nothing. 0 side effects. I was nervous when she first mentioned it because I had seen people saying that they were having, side effects with taking the injectables, but I had no side effects. This was in October of 2023, okay? Just to give you guys a timeline. So that month of taking name brand Ozempic, I lost 10 pounds and it felt so effortless. Nothing had changed except me taking that medication, and it took away my appetite. So I said, this is great. I want to continue with it. And with continuing with it, I'm going to start to implement better habits. It's like one of those things, like when I tried it, I probably could have lost more weight in that first month if I would have done more, but water under the bridge. So the policy with my insurance, they do not cover Ozempic for weight loss. They will cover it if you are a diabetic. I am not diabetic, therefore they denied my claim. And after a lot of back and forth, push and pull between me and the insurance company, and when I say a lot, I mean like almost a year. Remember, it was October of 2023 when my primary care provider gave me that PIN. I gave up going back and forth with them and getting denied month after month after month. So fast forward to October of 2024. I found a compounding pharmacy online and decided to go with them. Yeah, listen, stop. Stop rolling your eyes, unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders, and uncross your arms. I had the same reaction at first. I felt the same way at first. I was like, I don't trust this stuff. But I don't know what made me soften my resolve. I would be lying if I said that I did hours and hours of research to figure it out, because I didn't. What I did, though, was spend a lot of time on Instagram seeing people getting results left and right, people that I had been following for a long time, people in the bariatric community that I had been following. And what finally sold me on it was someone I knew, someone that I personally knew was taking the injectable weight loss medication after her bariatric surgery, and she was getting incredible results. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try it. So I tried it. I'm not going to mention that pharmacy by name simply because I don't use them anymore, and I will get into that. It's no love lost. There's nothing wrong. It's just they were hurting my pockets. Okay? They were hurting my pockets. I spent many hundreds of dollars for a 3-month supply. So let's start from the beginning, October 2024, okay? I wanna say it took like 2 weeks for my order to come in, and it gave me everything I needed. You know, I was satisfied. Like, this was not a bad company, you guys. The reason why I stopped using them was affordability, but we'll get there in just a little bit. They had me on the lowest dosage, which was the 0.25 milligrams, and I'll have the chart up on the screen so you guys can see it. After the first month, which was weeks 1 through 4, for the second month, I went up to the 0.5 milligram dose. And for the third month, I went up to the full 1 milligram dose. How was it? So I have a little clip that I recorded when I first started taking the medication. So I'll insert that clip here. That way you guys can see what it was like for me, the beginning of my journey with the compounded semaglutide. Okay. So we are coming to the end of week 2. How did we even get here so fast? I'm going to take my 3rd shot tomorrow, and I feel like I finally have a substantial update. Obviously, it takes time for the medicine to enter your system and to start working good. That first week, I didn't feel like there was a whole lot of change, but obviously, if it takes time for the medicine to get into your system and start working, that makes sense. What I noticed in this last week with the medicine, I started noticing adverse reactions to certain foods. Not gonna get too graphic, but y'all know my chicken chips that I love, you know, the protein chicken chips. Yeah, those ones that I'm always sharing on my Instagram stories. Yeah, I won't be sharing too much more of those. Not because they're bad or anything like that. It's just not sitting well on my stomach for some reason. I have to make sure that I'm focused on eating real food. I started noticing adverse reactions to the foods that I was eating, which is good because I know that even though those chicken chips are a healthier snack option compared to, say, cookies, chips, all that other stuff, it's not really a food group, and that's how I was treating it. So my appetite is reduced. Not really interested in food. Not even that I'm not interested in food, I just don't feel hungry. Like, I literally don't feel hungry. I'm not recommending that anybody do this, but if I wanted to just not eat all day, I think I would be okay. I noticed that this second week, I did not have the same fatigue that I had the first week, which I didn't even register. I didn't connect that the fatigue was related to the semaglutide. I had when the week I started the injections, I also went back to the gym. So I just assumed that I was tired from the workouts. So yeah, that's the update. I still have not jumped on the scale. To be honest, I probably won't jump on the scale until, I don't know, the end of the first month. Okay, so that should wrap it up for how those first couple of weeks went. Let's talk about side effects. I am very fortunate to say that I did not have any side effects other than fatigue. So in the GLP-1 community, I do see people say that they have side effects very often. People that I personally know deal with nausea, headaches, just different things. And with my experience, I didn't have any of that, and I am very thankful to this day that the only side effect I ever experienced was fatigue, which I no longer experience, and I'm going to tell you why in just a little bit. Hey y'all, I'm in the process of editing this video, and I realized that I never touched on why I'm not experiencing fatigue with my medicine anymore. So with Sunrise, they actually have a vitamin B complex that's already added in with the compounded semaglutide. So my energy has been through the roof. Like if you're following me on Instagram, you'll notice that I'm in the gym dancing all the time, jumping around and doing crazy stuff. And it's because of that B12 that's in my semaglutide. I just wanted to make sure I let you guys know about that. In those first 3 months, I was really focused on getting my healthy habits back on track. Earlier in this video, I mentioned the selling of the business and how our schedules just became very crazy, and it was very hard to eat healthy and have time for the gym and like do all the things. Like, let's be honest, okay? Let me pull my chair up real quick and like, let's get personal. Let's get personal, okay? I'm being a mom. I'm being a wife. I'm being a friend. I'm delivering groceries. I'm trying to make time for self-care. I'm just like, honey, what habits? I needed whatever was convenient, and we all know convenience is not always healthy. Even the stuff that they tell us is healthy for on the go don't really be healthy, okay? So with taking the compounded semaglutide, what I found was having my appetite suppressed really helped me to kick my bad habits. I was snacking like crazy in that car, okay? Like there's a reason why I was not making any food content or anything like that when I was in the trenches trying to pull myself out of debt. I am not a medical professional. I am not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not even a fitness coach or a fitness influencer. Anything that you hear on this channel is just me sharing my personal experience with you. That's it. If you need medical advice, I suggest you seek out a medical professional. I'm glad we had that talk. So with that being said, my focus in those first 3 months was just to really get back into my healthy habits and kick the bad habits that I had picked up. The biggest healthy habit that I really had to focus on was just making sure that when it came time to choosing what I was going to eat, that I was choosing, number one, real food. If you've been following me for a while, if you've been on this channel for a minute, then you know I was the supplement girly. I still am a supplement girly, actually, but I kind of took it there. I took it way too far. I'm talking about I had all these protein bars and protein chips and like this snack, that snack, because it was all healthy for convenience, right? But what I have learned is those foods are not meant to be a staple in our diet. Again, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a coach, I'm not any of that. So I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just trying to tell you what failed me. And I had to realize that eating all of this fake food was not serving me. So my number one focus was to start eating real food, to focus on eating real food. And so what that looked like for me was making more food at home, less takeout, more food at home, healthier snacks. So instead of like all these protein bars and stuff, I started having like chicken sticks and just different things that were real food based. This was me taking baby steps to get my nutrition back in check. So number one, I was focused on making sure that I was eating real foods. Number two, I was focused on making sure I was hitting my protein goals. there is such a difference with hitting your protein goals with protein supplements versus hitting your protein goals with real food. You're just gonna have to take my word on that. Then the third thing that I was focused on was making sure that I was getting fiber in my diet. One thing that I learned as a bariatric patient is we need fiber. Without fiber, then we are going to be constipated. We're going to be out here struggling. We're going to be getting hemorrhoids and everything else because we're straining in the bathroom when we don't need to be. Trust me, sis. Get your fiber. Okay? So I made the switch to Sunrise because it was just a lot more affordable on my pockets. What I am paying now per month is hundreds of dollars less than what I paid for that 3-month supply and with the other company. But more importantly, I like this company. I will link the company that I am using. It's called Sunrise, by the way, but I will link them in the description box below. So if you guys want to check them out and get started with the medication, by all means, go ahead. Yes, I will receive a commission if you do decide to sign up through my link. If you don't, there's no hard feelings, sis. Do what works for you. Let's talk weight loss. When I got started taking the GLP-1 medication, I was kind of stuck in this zone of 221 on the high end, 215 on the low end. And it wouldn't let me go. It had me in a chokehold, but not the kind that we like. I hated it there. I hated it. So when I weighed in my very first month taking the GLP-1 medications, this was October of 2024, I was weighing in at 221 pounds. In those first 3 months, I dropped down to 199.6. You can follow this along on my Instagram, actually. I have story highlights set up so you can follow my GLP-1 journey. You can follow my weight loss journey. Like everything is there. I will link my Instagram in the description box below as well. And I'll go ahead and slide my Instagram name right here for you. That's also my TikTok name. Okay, so I was weighing in at 221 pounds. And after the first 3 months with that first company, you guys, I was 199.6. So that is 22 pounds that I lost in the first 3 months. Okay, now fast forward to this new company. And let me give you a little bit of a background, what my experience was like with them. Immediately, yes. It was immediately yes for me because I got to chat with the physician and it was very laid back and relaxed. Like we were messaging each other back and forth through the phone. I let him know that I had already been taking the medication. And so just to be on the safe side, he was like, hey, I hear you. You said that you're taking this medicine, but before I just go ahead and start you on the highest dose, let's go ahead. I need you to send me your prescription. I need to see pictures of the bottle. I need to know that you're telling me the truth. And that right there, that sold me because it's important for me to work with a company that cares about my health. That really resonated with me, that the physician wanted proof before he put in my prescription that he wasn't going to be doing something that harmed me. Furthermore, the second point that really resonated with me was that he put in for me to go and have blood work done, to go and have labs just to make sure that I was healthy, just to make sure that taking this medication was not going to mess me up. I was sold. Like when I know that somebody cares about me, like, hello, hey, how you doing? I'm the baby. Take care of me. So that felt really, really good to know that I felt like I was in good hands working with a company that cared about my health as much as I cared about my health. Now, the other thing that I really, really liked about this company is I put in my order on a Friday. On Monday, my order was at my door. Did you hear what I said? I ordered on Friday, and it was Friday night, mind you. Friday night. I was in the bed with a bonnet on when I put that order in. And on Monday, it arrived. So I started with Sunrise in the middle of January. We are now in the beginning of February. So that's why I say, like, you know, half month, whatever. So I was $199 finishing up with that other company. As of today, I am 191 pounds. 191 pounds. Who? Me? What? Child. Listen, you can't tell me anything. Okay, anything. I don't remember the last time in my life. I don't even remember being 191 pounds in high school. I don't. I do not. I have no recollection whatsoever. So it feels really good to be here. And just in this journey, I have dropped sizes like crazy. I am now wearing mediums on the bottom. Some tops I can buy in a size small. Like I am flabbergasted and blown away considering that I started at the highest of my journey. And we're going back more than 10 years here. But at my highest, I was 350 pounds. That's when I stopped getting on the scale. And to be here now at 191 pounds, when I used to be wearing 3 and 4Xs, and when I said I was wearing them, I was squeezing into them because I refused to go up to a bigger size. I refused to wear larger sizes, so I would squeeze into 3 and 4Xs. And to now be out here buying something in a size large and then laughing at myself because it doesn't fit, it's too big. But I'm now buying mediums and smalls, but only on stretchy clothes. When it comes to my jeans, I'm wearing like a size 12 because I'll show you guys, I trust y'all. We got situation back here, so we can't just be buying the little things. We got a dump truck, so it is what it is. But you guys, in this journey, and this is not just talking about the GLP-1 medication, but just my weight loss journey overall. And I shared this in my last video too. I feel like every pound I lose, I'm peeling off layers that, I feel like that extra weight was covering up who I really am. So as I'm losing this weight, I'm peeling off layers and revealing my personality more and more. There was something I actually read today that was saying that joy is health. Like the greatest way to know that somebody is healthy is just to see the joy that they exude. And I'm at a point in my life now where I just exude joy. Even on days where I may not be in the best mood, I am still joyful. I am just grateful. Like my mentality, if you look at old pictures of me, even where I was smiling, you could see something behind my eyes that I was not genuinely happy. Not the way that I am now. Look at my old videos. Look at how I'm talking to the camera today compared to how I talk to the camera, say on my Why I'm Getting VSG video. I'll link that in the cards in case anyone's curious about it. But there's just such a difference in me. So if there's anything I can leave you with as I'm wrapping up this video, it would be these 5 points. Number 1, you have to have patience in this journey, okay? You have to have patience. It takes time for this medicine to really get into your system and start working. It's not like bariatric surgery where you come home from the hospital and you're instantly dropping. It's not like that. You have to give this medication time to work. Point number 2, you have to stay consistent with your dosing and your check-ins. I know I went through the whole dosing thing really, really fast, but just I stress to you, take the dosage you're supposed to take. Don't jump ahead. Don't try to stretch your medicine by, staying on a low dose because you don't want to order it. Trust me. Just trust the process and do what you're supposed to do. Point number 3, avoid the biggest mistake on any weight loss journey, which is not eating enough. You cannot starve yourself to better health. So make sure that you're hitting your protein goals. Make sure that you're drinking your water. Pro tip, I put a clear protein powder in my water too, to help me hit my protein goals. That's on my Instagram. Y'all should follow me. Tip number 4, make this a lifestyle, okay? So eat foods that you enjoy eating. Don't punish yourself. Like I really love Mediterranean bowls, so I eat them. But instead of ordering them out, it's my lifestyle. I'm gonna make them at home. What I was mentioning earlier, instead of all the processed health snacks, eat real food. Last but not least, tip number 5, keep in mind that GLP-1 medications are a tool. They are a tool to have in your tool belt to help you get the results that you desire. It's not a magic fix, just like bariatric surgery was not a magic fix. We still have to do the work. So with that being said, I'm ready to get out of here. Y'all look, my locks are getting long. They're getting long, honey. this was a good decision. But anyway, I'm getting ready to get out of here, but I have an idea in mind for my next video already. I think I'm gonna do like a what I eat in the day. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comments. Let me know what type of content you'd like to see on this channel. But y'all know I love to be in the kitchen, so there will definitely be some kitchen videos coming. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are not already a part of my little community here on the internet, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Let's be friends. Let's have conversations down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. And best of, like, let's lose this weight. Let's level up. Let's glow up. Let's do all the things and be the bad ABs that we know we can be. I'll see you later. I don't wanna fake it, 'cause I realize that I ain't got the energy. No, no.